Good morning, all. I did a short podcast last night and I made the error, so I've had to take it off because it was blocked because it had the TV on showing segments of the TV, which someone said about copyright. The subject I want to talk about is the personal attack that happened on Steve Kidd the other night by two people who supposed to have phoned him up, threatened to get him recalled. He hasn't made no names in his podcast. He has said a certain organisation. That organisation, he doesn't want to shut it down. He just wants them to work with each other and to be able to have people who've served the sentence be allowed to come out and speak, or even them inside have a recording done and have that sent out. What is wrong in having somebody who's experienced the actual life sentence under joint enterprise, which they don't want people to speak out? Why are they afraid of allowing people who've been there, seen it, done it, and got the t-shirt from speaking out? Because like it says to me, an organisation that professes to support 1,500 cases won't let anybody speak apart from the 3 regular cases that keep getting put into the public domain. So where's these other 1,500 cases? Who are they? Who are the families? It's wrong. You shouldn't be just highlighting 3 cases and ignoring the rest. Is this where why you don't want people to speak out? Because they mean something to certain people in that group. What about the rest of the families struggling for justice? But also, there's a question, because this personal attack on him is about him posting online about a private company which was gradually formed 2024, which has got 3 people on its board as directors. Now, the same group who do some work in the justice area to highlight unjust sentences in joint enterprise have had 2 donations from the Richard Roundtree Foundation, totaling up to £300,000. Now, you imagine that £300,000 could go a long way. You could buy a property to help people when they come out. They've got somewhere to actually go. You could send money in for people for stamps, for phone calls, to keep in contact with family and friends and people who are working on their cases. But we don't know whether they do, because they're always asking for people to send stamps in. So where's this money gone? Which they didn't like somebody asking questions. So I'm asking a question. I'm not joint enterprise. I've got people I've had to, since I've been out 8.5 years, I've got people fighting my corner. You're not fighting my corner. You've hardly fought my corner. You've been aware of my case for over 20 years. Have you put it out there in the papers? Have you contacted people? No, you haven't. You've done nothing. You had paperwork you didn't even read. So other people probably sent you their paperwork. Is their paperwork in boxes like mine was? Right? So it is a big issue when you're threatening people because they're asking where has £300,000 gone. They're entitled to, because these people, 1,500 families who were suffering, finding it hard to make trips to go and visit. It could be the sons, the daughters, the husbands, the wives. And you're sitting there with a huge donation. And I understand that's not the only donation you've had. So where's it going? And why is it not being used for what it's supposed to be for, joint enterprise? You know, the 1,500 people you profess to support. I mean, you're attacking people by phone. You're using other people to spy on people's messages on Facebook, Twitter, and whatever. You're threatening to get someone recalled because he's standing up and speaking out. If you had to help this kid come out and he had to pay for the meal that you all went for. But someone else who got out, £100 was withdrawn so you could go out and have a meal. You know what I mean? It's wrong. It's not about 3 cases because you got personal involvement. You're not the ones in fucking prison serving that sentence. You don't know what it's fucking like. You know, to be banged up behind a fucking door. You know, fucking come out, never know what's going to happen from one day to the next. You know what I mean? Because it is an horrendous situation. It is mental torture. I understand that you've all had family in, but you know what? You've got to let people who served the sentence come and speak out, so people really understand what it's like behind bars. The horrors that they sometimes see on a regular basis. Well, I'm just saying that if this is how you act in the justice world, where you want to put someone back in, you know, fucking kid who's in a wheelchair, you know what I mean, finding it hard to fucking find somewhere to stay, that probation find it acceptable, and you're attacking them. You don't want them part of the group. You don't want them speaking out. You won't let them come and speak at any your meetings. You're saying he's a loose cannon or he's a liability. Why is he a liability? Is he a liability because he's saying he wants to know where the finances are? Well, you know what? Everybody else in your group should be asking that question now. Where is this money you've had donated? And why haven't families or prisoners seen anything of it? And that's what they should be asking. I've got nothing to fucking against you personally, but if you're getting this kind of money from sources who help groups like yourself, it should be distributed amongst the people you're supposed to be helping. So I'd love you to come out and explain to people where it's gone, because I believe one of those donations was only late last year. I understand. So maybe you can tell people what it's for, what so much has been spent on so far, so people know, and maybe you might start donating some to people that need the help. On that point, before I go, to the kid who was threatened, I hope you're all right. I hope you find a suitable place soon to stay that probation say is appropriate for you and your needs are met, because you can't go to a place you've got no access for you because you're in a wheelchair. How do you expect you to get up and down the stairs? No lifts or nothing like that. So just stay calm yourself, and when you're getting advice, take that advice on board and don't go fucking mad and just start saying this and fucking saying that, because it impacts on load of people who are behind you. So just sometimes take a step back and think. People probably castigate me for this. I'm not joint enterprise. Joint enterprise wasn't in when I got my sentence. They've known about me for fucking years. Known about me co-accused. One couple of the people in that group are best mates with my co-accused. Some of them have even got his phone number and speak to him and profess, oh no, we don't speak to him because he was causing shit. But I know differently. But I'm happy because you know what? I've got people who have done what they said that they're doing on my case. They don't profess, oh yeah, we'll get someone to do this, and it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? So maybe you should just start doing what you profess to do, and let's get some more of them 1,500 people you support out where they deserve to be, with their families, their partners, the kids. You know what I mean? Because they deserve a life, and they deserve to be mentioned, not just certain cases. On that note, I'm gonna go. I'll speak to you again soon. I'm hoping for some constructive news myself in the next week. So on that basis, you all take care of yourselves. Have a nice day, and if it's nice and sunny, get out there and enjoy the sun. So ta-ra.